Beautiful. And now I'll just share my screen. Okay. Share screen. Sent. Okay, share screen. Beautiful. Fantastic. Can you see my screen okay? Yep.
I can, yes.
Beautiful. So, welcome to Calm Your Crazy Mind Masterclass. So, this was really born out of having so many conversations with women in my DMs. And the one thing that everyone I find, and I still struggle with, is calming our thoughts. And it's like whether it be at the beginning of meditation or just throughout the day, it's just one of our things that I get very challenged with. So it's kind of like, I know there's something there and I want to share and I want to make it really easy. And I'm all about making things easy and adaptable. I don't want to sit here and give you a 3-page something to read, digest, and in like 6 months you'll get it. No, I want to give you some tools now that you can walk away. We're going to do them here today, but also that you can walk away and implement straight away. But it also will help you how to implement them. Because so many times I find you learn stuff and then you're like, okay, so now what? How do I do this in my life? And so that's where I find like a gap is on so many people tell, and then it's like, actually, how do we show? So just a little quick about me or where I come from. So I've been into the meditation spirituality world since I probably could like walk, but like when I was 13, I had pictures of fairies and crystals and candles in my room. I was never like boy bands. I've always been heavily interested into the spirituality side, but also the science. So I'm all about the woo-woo and the science because I blend them very well together to help people understand like this feeling, but there's also everything going on about the science of our body. I started meditating on and off probably since I was about 13, and I got lost in my 20s, as we all do. You go through the 20s in your party and, have fun. And spiritually, I lost myself, mentally. And then I got to, I think I was about 33, and in the space of about 12 months was my most life-changing pivotal point in my life, where in the space of 12 months, my dad passed away. My partner at the time's dad passed away, and then my partner and I separated. And it was huge. Like, I felt like I just completely broke emotionally and mentally. And I shared a post just recently about this. I just remember sitting on my couch in my little new 1-bedroom apartment, holding my little rose quartz crystal and just saying again and again, I am loved, and just breathing, like just working on my breath. And it was that point where I had nothing to lose and only so much to gain. So that was my anchor of my turning point, and that's just now been my path to become a meditation teacher, a holistic coach. I've done my Reiki masters. I'm just constantly learning and growing everything around this space. And one thing that always keeps coming back to is the tools on actually how to calm our mind, how to get our body out of fight or flight, because meditation's easy. It's the sprinkle on the cake. But if we don't actually calm our mind and body, I'm just going to let someone in. I thought I just saw someone come in. Sorry. Oh, no. I thought I was seeing a pop-up. Sorry. No, that's all good. Excellent. So that's one of my big things of actually teaching this, because when we meditate, so many people say, I find it too hard because I can't stop my brain from thinking. I can't actually turn off my thoughts. Let's get your body and mind cleared and calm and then step into meditation. Because I find it really easy. Once you do that, meditation is easy to get. But we so often go straight to the meditation and our mind is still going, our body's still possibly tense, we're a little bit of fight or flight. And then we just get so frustrated trying to meditate because we actually haven't done the work. So it all just speaks and links to everything that I teach. So I'm just so grateful to be here. To thank you for turning up today. Thank you for showing up, because the more women I can help feel radiantly calm, navigating through the craziness and chaos of life that we can't change, because we can't change if our kids get sick or running around. We're just saying to all the things we have to do for our kids. But what we can change and what we can dive into is actually investing into ourselves. So big round of applause for showing up today. So in the worksheets that I sent out, it was just two of the things I like to anchor in for the moment and just reflect and ask. So one thing I'm going to ask, Kim, I'd love you to share. Tell me about your why. Like, what was your, I know you shared a little bit there, but what was your driving force of your why? Because this is what we always want to come back to.
So why I wanted to engage in this today, why is that?
Yeah.
Well, as a mum of 3 and, starting a business and doing all the things, I really struggle. Like you just said before, I will dedicate some time in the morning to meditate, which is fine because I haven't had the kids up and about and, all the things in my head. But throughout the day, I do struggle, like it just, my thoughts and breathing and everything does go out of whack. So my why is to, like you said, remain calm and pull that through, every action throughout the day, just to keep me feeling energized and on top of it.
Love that. Thank you for sharing. So I won't get you to fill in now, but at the end of today, definitely come back and fill in your why and your goal, because these are what I invite everyone to always come back to. This is kind of like your anchor, what you always want to connect into to make sure this is your driving force. So that's why I always get everyone just to have a think of your why and have a think of your goal. So why do we need to calm our mind? Why do you think, Kim?
Why do we
You're
need
the
to
only person I can pick on at the moment.
Right, you put me on the spot. Well, it's our minds are very smart, and I know firsthand how out of control and tunnel visioned our thoughts can be when left to their own devices at times. So yeah, like obviously I've seen firsthand and experienced firsthand that letting your thoughts spiral, and it's not great. And obviously, catching them before escalating to that point is the key. So it's all about self-regulation and just like, it's just not worth getting to that point. So we really need to, I feel, focus on calming our mind, because life and everything just contributes to it getting out of control and chaotic.
So much so. And I think with the mind, the most powerful thing to reflect back on is it's everything you can't see. So when our mind, just think of like a computer, and you know how we've got all the tabs open in our computer. Imagine if you never restarted your computer or turned it off, and constantly just adding tabs. Your computer starts to get slow. What you can't see is actually probably the hardware starting to burn out. So if you reflect that back into ourself as our bodies, then if we don't actually clear the tabs, shut ourselves down to get ourselves into rest and digest, so we want to get out of that fight or flight or freeze. We want to actually get into the rest and digest, activate the parasympathetic, because it's everything we can't see. And I think if we actually saw it, so many more people would be stepping into this place. If we actually saw how fast our heart races, the tightening of the muscles, the restriction of blood flow, the strain in our stomach that actually challenges the digestion, the locks of oxygen to the brain, like all of this stuff we can't see when our thoughts are starting to get crazy and cortisol is getting released. And then we do go into fight or flight as humans, and we don't actually get ourselves out of it. So back in the cave days, the fight or flight or freeze, they'd either go fight the saber-tooth tiger, or they would run, or they would actually do something to activate that to then get back into parasympathetic. But here, imagine we're driving on the freeway and someone pulls in front of you, and it's a bit of a, you get into that fight or flight. And then you're like, you can't fight them. You can't really run them over as much as you might want to, but you then just kind of go back, but you don't actually completely get your body out of fight or flight. And that's what's happening in the 21st century now. We're getting into the fight or flight and our bodies are getting up to it. We're never actually completely releasing it and coming back into that parasympathetic. So calming our mind is not just about calming the thoughts to feel good. It's about actually supporting your body to get it into that homeostasis, that really relax, that rest and digest. But we're wanting to actually help you do this during the day, not just do it when you're stressed. We want you to do it all the time because we're really wanting to create a new healthy habit for your body. So when we're in fight or flight, we're not actually actively thinking. We're just straight into robot mode. So it's really interesting that we want to do this all the time, little pockets of it, little habits, which I'm going to share with you after we go through the 3 tips on how we can actually habit stack this or add these habits into your life by not creating something else, but also just sliding them in. Because the more we do them, the more you're actually going to teach your body to go to these when you're in that stress. How does that feel? Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think, and that's exactly why, like, look at the autoimmune diseases and the adrenal issues that we have because of this, because of the way we're running our lives and not actually tuning in at all. So yeah, no, that's amazing.
So much so. And I think when we actually think about it and reflect, you're like, oh, okay, yeah. It's what we can't see. If we had a cat on our arm, we'd go fix it because it's bleeding. But we can't see everything in our body. So we don't actually think about always having to fix it because we can't see it.
That's right.
Let's get kicking into it. So the 3 tips and tools and what I want to share with you today is, number 1 is belly breathing. I've got a couple of twists that we do on belly breathing, full body relaxation, and the 1-minute mind purge. Now, these 3 that I'm going to talk you through, we're going to actually talk through them, like I'll explain, and then we're going to actually do them. And then if you have any questions, and I'm going to share how I adapt them in my life, what it looks like, and different supporting tools you can go through. All of these work on clearing and calming the mind. They work getting your body out of fight or flight, and they work actually putting your body into that kind of parasympathetic rest and digest. And that is where we want to ensure we're always coming back to. It's like a boomerang. We go out, but we always want to be constantly coming back. And us doing these habits is us always coming back to it. Beautiful. So belly breathing. So I know, Kim, you did touch on belly breathing. So I'm going to talk through a little bit of how I get started with belly breathing. So I'll do it as if you've never done it before. The key with belly breathing is to be breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. What you're wanting to focus on doing is having the breath come in and having your belly go out, belly come in as you breathe out. The reason for this is we actually want to work on the diaphragm, going down and massaging your heart on the way down, and on the way up, your diaphragm actually massages your organs, which promotes really good oxygen flow. If you're just starting out, I recommend just going in through the nose and out through the mouth, like just really long, deep breaths. Then once that feels comfortable, I recommend pushing your belly out when you breathe in through your nose. It can feel a bit weird and uncomfortable to start with because this isn't how we breathe throughout the day. We don't walk around belly breathing. We normally walk around shallow breathing, like we're up here. So to start off, if you've never done it before, I would recommend just starting with breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. I like to place one hand on my chest up here and on my belly because it helps me feel when my breath is going in and out. And then I start to, when I breathe in through my nose, I push my belly out. And then when I breathe out, my belly goes down. And it's just a real cycle. There's no harsh stops and starts at the end of the start of the breath. It's just flowing nice and easy. How does that feel for you, Kim?
That sounds great. Yeah. No, that's, yep.
We're going to give it a try now. So I'm going to talk you through it. So if you'd like to just close down your eyes, place one hand on your chest and one on your belly. And to start with, we're just going to focus on our breath as we breathe in through the nose, drawing the air down into your belly and out through your mouth. Again, take a nice deep breath in through your nose, drawing the air down into your belly and out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. With your breath now, start to push out your belly as the air comes in through your nose. And as you exhale through your mouth, feel your belly fall back down. In through your nose, feel your belly rise. Out through your mouth, feel your belly fall. In through your nose, feel your belly rise. Out through your mouth, feel your belly fall. Beautiful. How did that feel?
Really good. Feel refreshed.
Isn't it like crazy? You just did it for like, I think not even a minute, and you feel that's what I love about this. Like, I just did 1 minute before I jumped on here just to obviously calm me, because I was like, and it's easy, it's simple, and it's to just sink into while we're doing that. If we're not saying breathe in, breathe out, or breathe in deeply, exhale completely, we can sometimes get lost on our breath, and we also sometimes get lost in our thoughts. So I highly recommend, when you're belly breathing, is to add the mantra to it. So you're doing the belly breathing, you're like, get yourself focused on the belly breathing, and then breathe in, like then tongue tied. Then start saying breathe in, breathe out, breathe in deeply, exhale completely. Just whatever you like what flows with you. I've actually got a 2-minute recording I'm going to send out with the wrist recording that you can follow. It really helps, because I find belly breathing is great, but it's about when we do it, we then start to think, and we forget our breath, and we actually don't connect. So start with the belly breathing, add on the mantra to it, breathe in deeply, exhale completely. That is when you feel the shift. That is when you actually, your mind starts to go quiet. That's when your mind sits in the back seat. And that's when you really start to like go, okay, I'm dropping in.
Yeah.
So belly breathing's powerful. Add the mantra to it, and you activate it even quicker. And it helps you stay with it a lot longer.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Okay. The next one is a full body relaxation. Where's my tick clicker? Oh my gosh, sorry, I hadn't clicked it over properly. It's frozen on my screen. Sorry. The next one is full body relaxation. So full body relaxation works on clenching our muscles. Clenching our muscles and then releasing. So the reason we clench and release, and we do that from the top of our head to our bottom of our toes, or if you want to do a quick one, you can just do like whole body. We can do your arms and your legs. The reason we do this is so many times throughout the day, we might get tension, our neck, if we're at a desk, or we hold on to muscle tension in our body all the time. So by doing a full body relaxation, it's just, we're getting rid of the tension, and it actually helps us do like a body scan. Where are we at of holding on to the tension? So a really quick way, if you want to do a full body one, normally takes about 15 minutes. A really quick way to do this is I do it before bed. I just lay down, I do a couple of belly breathings, and then I literally just go through, I do my toes, my calves, my thighs, then I do my arms, my hands, whole body. And that works wonders on actually getting your body into that deep rest and deep sleep. The amount of times I do this at night and I have the best night's sleep, it works. And the amount of times I give this to someone and they're like, oh my gosh, I actually slept really well. It's like, yep, because you're getting your body out of fight or flight, because we're not going to sleep well if our body's in fight or flight. So what I will do as well, to go through this one with you, I'll get you to close down your eyes. We'll just do a couple of belly breaths just to ground again. Then I'm going to guide just a couple of places on your body to like clench in. So it'll be like breathe in, hold your fist tight, hold, relax, exhale. So it's just the breathe in and then exhale. And then it's noticing when you do it, is there anywhere that actually I'm a bit tighter than normal? So that it's about that awareness. Okay, cool. All right. Sorry, hang on. Cool. All right, close down your eyes. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Breathing in deeply in through your nose, out through your mouth. On your next breath in, I invite you to clench tight your right fist. Hold, exhale and release. On your next breath in, I invite you to clench your left wrist and hand nice and tight. hold, release. Always come back to your breath as you breathe in deeply. Exhale completely. In your next breath in, I invite you to tense your right leg all the way from the tips of your toes to your buttocks. Feel the muscle and tension and the tightness as you hold, exhale, and release. On your next breath in, I invite you to tense your left leg from the tips of your toes all the way to your left buttocks. Feel the tension, let go and release. You may open your eyes. How did that feel?
Really good.
Yeah, nice. It's really just the amount of times we are not aware of our body, of what's going on in our body, and we like our minds are out here and not in our body. So by doing the breathing, it really connects our body and mind. And then the full body relaxation works on, okay, let's get rid of that tension. And like I said, you can do a quick 2-3 minute one, or you can go a full like 15-minute one. It's whatever you're feeling drawn to. But the keys with a couple of these is if you want to do them before you meditate to really get your calm mind, you could do these for a couple of seconds, no, 20, 30 seconds each one, and boom, you're into that really beautiful space to meditate.
Yeah, no, that's good.
So the 1 minute mind purge, I used to call this the 1 minute mind vomit. And so I decided to change the vomit to purge. So the 1 minute mind purge is, I love journaling. And this is if people love journaling, they love this. They froth at it. If you don't like journaling, this is how to start journaling. So the 1 minute mind purge is to set literally a minute on your phone, little alarm. You get a blank piece of paper, so not one like in a book, just a complete blank one, and a pen, and you just write. You just get all your thoughts out. Then once that alarm goes off, you rip it up and you burn it if you want to, or you chuck it in the bin. What we're wanting to do is not about thinking, what am I going to write? Is anyone going to read this? Am I going to come back to it? No, it's about just getting it out and then be gone. And then it's about literally, this is about clearing up the tabs in our brain, getting it all out, because things are better out than in. So this is something I invite you just to give a go maybe tonight before you go to sleep, or just it's that kind of in the moment when you're feeling that like there is too much going on in my mind, 1 minute mind purge, do it. And then I then like to sit into maybe some belly breathing after, because it just gets that calming. Awesome. Do you journal at all?
I do. Yeah, that was something that, with Marnie last year, I never liked journal. Like that was always like, oh, I don't have time for that. But no, she got really into journaling and doing some little rituals around like, the burning and all of that. Yep. So that was really good. So I do. Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, awesome. Because that one is, like I said, some people love journaling, they lean into it, some people hate it. I say start with this, because this will be the one that will help you, because you've got boundaries, you've got beginning, you've got end, and no one's going to read it. So it just gives you that little bit of more freedom.
Yeah.
So that is the 3 little tips and tricks that I go to help clear my mind and really just get my body out of fight or flight. So how do we create the habits? This is something I touched on at the very beginning. So we really want to set you up. And the reason I've given you a couple of dot points on your worksheets is because we want to actually go, what is the way that you're going to start your new habit? So habit stacking is when we stack a habit onto each other. So when you brush your teeth, that's a habit you do. You go to the toilet every day. That's a habit, or it's like a need. You might have a coffee every day. Think of the things that you do every day. Ritually, it's just a given, you do it. And if you were to habit stack something with doing that, I would recommend doing a little post-it note or something wherever you do the habit. And when you do the habit, you do that straight after. So one of the things our mind hates sometimes is if we create too many things, we're adding too many things into our life, because it's just like, no, I'm tapping out, overload. So by habit stacking something, our mind can actually grab hold of it a lot better to understand. Reminders on your phone are great. I always say if you're starting a new habit, set 6 reminders, and if you only do 3, amazing. Set the reminders up, but give yourself, just be gentle with yourself if you're not going to do all of them. It doesn't matter. Whiteboard or fridge is another really good way to actually share and remind yourself. Accountability buddy is really good. And visuals, some people like visuals of pictures to remind yourself. So what one of them jumps out to you?
Habit stacking. So something like, when I have a coffee every day, visuals or little post-it, like obviously sitting at my computer, just a simple breathe, or, like a little reminder there that I'll constantly look at and go, oh yeah, that, so I think the habit stacking and the visual little post-it note.
Awesome. So get them, write them down, and then that's where I want you to start with today. And that is going to be your how do I, or just think like 5%, 2%, just be kind to yourself. You don't have to go out there and go, okay, I'm going to belly breathe 6 times today. I'm going to do this. If you do it once tomorrow, that's better than you did the day before. And that's all you want to do is incremental, because what we wanted to do is create these new habits to make them easy and flow for you. So then when you are stressed or when you are feeling overwhelmed, before you go into meditation, you're like, oh, I know what to do. I'm going to go into this. And that's why there's 3 tools, because I don't expect you to do all 3. You may love all 3. You may be attracted to one, and that's going to be your anchor of what you go to. But please feel free, if you do get stuck with any of those, please come to me and connect in my DMs. If you're getting a bit like, oh, I'm actually at a roadblock, connect with me and let's troubleshoot it out to make it work for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Beautiful. Awesome. Well, thank you for showing up. I really, really appreciate it. Before you go, I just have one more thing to share, because I am officially launching my Radiantly Meditating membership for busy women who want to feel radiantly calm in the chaos of life. So this is pretty much born from me craving this when I was a new mama and now becoming also back into my business. I want easy meditations. I want them in my back pocket. I also want real spirituality guidance. I want quick little tutorials on how to work with the full moon. How do I journal? What crystals do I need? This is what I've created as an actual beautiful membership in your back pocket. So each week, a new meditation will be sent out with a journal prompt. These all meditations are recorded by myself. There is a library of meditations and tutorials online. There would be a private members hub of an online community, which I will be very interactive in. Special guests, so bi-monthly, I will be doing special guests from breath work. I've got lined up a yoga, full moon events. It'll just be filtered through. If you can't attend, it will be recorded and sent out. That's for my founding member monthly at the moment, which is my founding members. I've got 10 spaces to go, and one's actually already been taken up, which is amazing. If you're wanting a bit more from me, the premium membership will get a private Voxer group, personalized monthly meditation. So you will let me know exactly what you need from you, and I'll create a beautiful personalized meditation speaking directly to you, and a quarterly spiritual gift box. So very exciting. I'm going to send all this information out to you as well with the rewatch download. So as a first 10 spaces, I do have some extras as well to pop in. That is just an absolute for the founding members. So the founding members price will also never change. That'll be the price for the rest of your life, or however long you choose to jump on. So it's very exciting, but I will send all that out to you, Kim, so you have all the information. If you have any questions, you can let me know.
Beautiful. Thanks so much, Kirsty.
Awesome. No worries. Thank you so much for jumping on. Lovely to see you and speak to you. And I'm sure we'll connect and keep talking over socials.
Definitely. Thank you. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you. You too. Bye.